boyfriend's name is Jason and he is an up-and-coming musician. He believes that music is in his blood and that he was born to be a musician. Although he studied marketing after school, he has not worked in the field of his study because he is in the throes of launching his music career. He can play drums and guitar and he sings very well. He knows that the music industry is very tough, but he believes that he is incredibly talented and that once people see that talent, he will become a music giant. Singing the Blues, Part 1. I walked into the kitchen, where my mother was cooking, and I informed her that I was going out on a date with my boyfriend. She turned away from the stove and the expression on her face showed clearly that she was not pleased with my words. A conversation then ensued in which my mother reiterated her reservations about my relationship with Jason and I defended and stood up for him. "You didn't listen to a word I advised you about the cons of dating a musician," she began. "I did listen to your perspective but I'm still weighing your concerns," I responded. "I think a musician isn't the right choice if you're dating someone you'd like to settle down with in the future because being a musician comes with a lot of financial risks. But it's not about money. It's about what Jason is passionate about. Money will follow his talent. Besides, these days musicians earn their living through various online revenue streams. Have you considered the fact that you'll always be worried about Jason's faithfulness because he'll have many female fans literally throwing themselves at his feet? He's never done anything to earn my distrust. Besides, men who cheat, do so, regardless of what their profession is. What about the fact that you'll play second fiddle to his music career? Given a choice between you or his music, he'll most likely choose music over you. I may be your only child and as a single mother you've struggled to raise me alone, but I think you're being overprotective. You've stereotyped musicians and you're not objective. Jason may have melted your heart with the love songs which he sings for you, but once he becomes famous and the fame gets into his head, he'll grow tired of singing for you." I rolled my eyes in disagreement. It was clear that my mother was not going to budge from her sentiments. "Don't roll your eyes at me," she scolded me. "My reservations come from a place of love and concern. I love you and I care about your future." I looked at my watch and realized that I was going to be 30 minutes late for my date with Jason. I said goodbye to my mother and left. As I made my way to the taxi rank, I called Jason to inform him that I'd only just left the house and would be late for our date. Jason and I had lunch at the restaurant which we frequented, and then after enjoying our meal, we walked to the city park and took a stroll and enjoyed the park scenery. We were happy and our love for each other was evident to all the passers-by to see. Later, we took a seat on a bench and Jason drew me close to him and said, "I love hearing you tell me how much you love me." I ran my fingers through his dreadlocked hair like I always did when he asked me this question. "I love you as much as the hair on your head." My answer always made Jason very happy. After a momentary silence, Jason turned my head towards him and said, "I can tell that something is bothering you. What's the problem?" "My mother disapproves of our relationship." I went on to relate the details of the conversations I'd had with my mother regarding this matter. "In my opinion, your mother's sentiments are spoken out of her genuine love for you, and she thinks that she's protecting you. But her reaction is very extreme, and she seems prejudiced against musicians." I went on to ask Jason what his parents' reaction had been when he first told them that he wanted to be a musician. They both freaked out and thought that it was a joke at first. And I kept insisting that I wanted to do music until they realized that I was serious about my decision. "Are your parents all right with your decision now?" "Not yet. Maybe they'll appreciate my music after I create a musical masterpiece and my name is on everyone's lips." We then turned our conversation to another subject, and I asked Jason to tell me the exciting news that he'd promised to share with me. His face lit up as he told me the exciting news. Next Saturday, I'm going to play as a curtain raiser for the biggest music star in this country. This is a milestone for me because competition to land a spot in a popular show for a big name is fierce. I hugged Jason and excitedly told him, "This is your big break, and when the music labels see the talent that you're going to showcase, they'll all want to snatch you." I went on to ask him, "Who pulled the strings for you to get this opportunity?" "I happen to know a guy who knows a guy who knows the promoters of the show." It's no secret that who you know is very important in the music industry. Promise me that your fame will not overshadow your love for me when you become a celebrated musician. You'll always be my first love. Never doubt that. End of part 1.